Hello everyone, welcome back to ENR 153 car project tutorial videos. So in today's video, we'll actually go ahead and build the chassis plate. So I have the e-drawing open, so it's a pretty straightforward part. So it's basically a rectangle that we're going to go ahead and sketch that, extrude it, and then we're just going to go ahead and actually use the hole wizard to identify the holes and then locate them. And then we're just gonna, we have two extrude cuts for the motor and the servo motor. So we're gonna go ahead and again create rectangles to do these extrude cuts. It's gonna be a through all end condition. Again, it's pretty straightforward, so let's jump in. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into SolidWorks really quick. Let's go to File, New, and it's going to be a part file. So let's go ahead and click OK. Perfect. So I have my units are IPS, inch pound per second. So let's go ahead and edit document units. Let's see. So we're going to be using 3 decimal points. So let's go ahead and modify that. So let's go to 0.123. And that's utilizing 3 decimal points for the length. Let's click OK. Perfect. So before I start, I usually go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and save as. So I'm going to go ahead and save on my desktop. So I have a car project. So these are the videos. So I'm just going to have car parts 1. And then I have the chassis plate. Just going to go ahead and rename this to chassis. Perfect. So it's saved as a part. So I like to do that just so I save often during my part building, just in case SolidWorks crashes or something like that. It's a good habit. So let's go to my sketch tools. I'm going to start with a rectangle. So let's start a sketch on the top plane. So either you can click on the top plane, right click, and click sketch, or you can highlight the top plane by clicking on it and click sketch. Then we're going to utilize the center rectangle. And so it's not defined right now, so it's underdefined. Hence the blue lines. So let's go ahead and fully define this. So I know my overall length is 8 inches. And my width is 4 inches. So the 2 dimensions are black. That means they're fully defined. Also, all the sketches are black. And what that tells me is my sketch is fully defined. Also, one thing you can also double check by checking in the bottom. Usually identifies if it's fully defined, underdefined, or overdefined. So we have our basic sketch. So let's go ahead and extrude that. So from the description of the part, we know that it's 1/8 thick, 66 to 1 aluminum. So I'm just going to actually do a fraction. So the nice thing about SolidWorks, I can go ahead and click equals 1 divided by 8. And that's the depth. So we have options here, right? We can do a blind, we can do a mid-plane, and we can also, if we're using blind, we can switch the direction. Just gonna keep it at this point. Okay. So I have my plate, right? It's just a very boring rectangle that's went ahead and extruded. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna define the material right now. Let's go ahead and edit the material. Again, from the description, we know it's a 6061 aluminum. So I'm going to go ahead to my aluminum alloys, scroll down till I locate 6061 alloy. Click apply. And that gives it its shiny brushed aluminum appearance. Right. And yours might look a bit different. I have the real view graphics toggled on. Yours might look like this. So real view, you can toggle that on if you have a dedicated supported graphic cards. Right. So let's go ahead and locate those holes using the hole wizard. So before I do that, I'm just gonna click on my orientation. I'm just gonna go to the top. It's just easier to locate that. Let's jump back to our e-drawing. So I'm gonna start with these two holes. So 89 thou through all. Let's go to hole wizard. And it's gonna be a hole. Anti-inch. And I'm gonna switch to number drill size. And I believe a number 43 drill will give us the required diameter. For number 43, show decimal values, and that's 0.089. So it's a through all end condition. So we're all set there. The only thing left to do is just go ahead and locate those holes. Just double checking everything. 89 thou. So I'm just gonna jump into my positions tab. It's basically asking me select the face for the hole or slot position. So I'm gonna click this face, and it's just gonna give me this highlighted yellow where I can move around where I want it. So I'm just gonna place them anywhere and use Smart Dimension to locate them. Right. So I know it's 0.6 to 5 from the top edge. I'm trying to think what's the easiest way to do this. I can put a center line in here and just, if you started with the one hole and then just utilize the center line to mirror that. Again, there's many ways you can go ahead and go about this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and so this distance. Oops, grab the wrong edge. Go ahead and delete that. It's 0.404. That point is turned black from blue to black. That means it's fully defined. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing here. So from that top edge, because that's how we dimensioned it on the drawing, is 3.375. And what I'm gonna do here, instead of just dimensioning it, it's the same dimension. I'm just gonna click on this point and hold the control key, click on that point, and just assign a vertical relation. So what that does is basically adds a vertical relation. If I change this to 0.6, both holds both. .404. just makes our life easier if we want to go ahead and adjust that later on. And so click OK. Got those holes done. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and save. Let's jump in and do these two holes. And utilizing the hold wizard. So it's gonna be, for this one, it's a 196 thou, and that's I believe it's a number 9. It's either an 8 or a 9. So I have my decimal points. Tackling this on is very useful, right, if you're not sure what it is. So the 0.196 is the number 9, 0.199 is number 8. So it's our drawing calls out for 0.196 through all. So it's going to be a number 9. Our end condition again, it's going to be a through all for this hole as well. It's gonna be on the same face. For this one, I'm gonna place 1. I'm just gonna mirror that later on. So I'm only getting dimension 1. From this point to that top edge, it's 0.5. And from this point to this left edge, it's 1 inch away. And that's fully defined. So let's go ahead and go to my sketch. I'm just gonna throw a center line in the middle. I'm gonna mirror entities at that point. In Hole Wizard, point is what defines the hole. So entities to mirror is that point, mirror about the center line. Okay. All set. So we got our second hole, set of holes located. I believe the last hole type, there's 8 of them. So, they're all over the place, right? It's not like we can, the only 2 that we can actually utilize the mirror command about the center line are these 2. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to go ahead and locate every single one. Let's minimize that. And jump into Hole Wizard. And this one's going to be a number 18. 0.1695. The drawing calls out for a 170, but if you change the decimal point, it's a 0.1695. Again, through all. Select this face. I'm just gonna approximately locate them where I want them. I'm just gonna fully dimension them later on. It's gonna be 2 here, 2 here. So I have my 8. Let's go ahead and utilize Smart Dimension to fully define all of them. So it's 3.032. Check 3.032. And it's that top edge, it's 0.118. Now let's go ahead and find this one. So that one is 2.047. I'll always try to get this as clean as possible. And from this edge, it'll be 2.639. We define these two holes. Do the same thing here. So that hole, 6.775. This one is 7.225. And both of these holes are 0.118 away. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to select these two. I'm just going to add horizontal relation. Select these two, add a vertical relation, same with these two. Select these two, and I'm just gonna add a horizontal relation. So as I move this, right, I cannot move them left and right. I can only move them up and right, up and down, but both of them move with respect to each other. That's hence the horizontal relation. The only thing I need to mention here to fully define them is this distance, right? So I go ahead and define that. Again, it's 0.188. Or if I want to follow the drawing, right? The drawing uses the top edge to dimension it. So delete that. From the top edge, 3.812. So these are fully defined. These are fully defined. We only have two left. I'm going to do here again. So I'm just going to add a relation here. It's going to be a horizontal relation. Let's go ahead and show this one is 6.172 inches away. And this one, 7.462. And both of them are 1.433 inches away. Everything's fully defined. Let's go ahead and click check. Perfect. Anytime we can go back and edit feature, go to the position if we need to modify or adjust anything. This one is actually 0.188. This one is 0.118. This hole is 2.639. 047. I think we're all set. 3.812. Well, you can double check anything. If you think something looks a bit off a bit, you can go ahead and double check. I'm gonna close that out. It has been adjusted. And let's go ahead and add those slots at the end. Basically the cutouts. And I'm gonna select this face and I'm just gonna start a sketch. Let's utilize the corner rectangle. I'm just gonna roughly draw it where I want it, right? Somewhere around here. There's gonna be one somewhere around here. Again, it's underdefined. Let's go ahead and fully define everything. So this one is 0.278 away from the top edge. And this one is 1.888. So let's go ahead again from the left edge. This one is 2.437. And this is 3.234. That's fully defined. We still have another underdefined sketch. So this left edge is 5.875. And this is 7.75. This edge, respect to the top edge, is 2.297. And the last one that's not fully defined is 2.894. So we have our two rectangles fully defined. Okay. We can do two things. We can either add a sketch fillet, that's what create radius right now. You can either do it in sketch mode or do it as a feature later on. So I'm just gonna keep everything in sketch mode. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna sketch fillet. It's 0.063. And if I click on this point, if I get close, it's gonna actually select the right one. That's fine. Right. So this I'm only doing it for. So that actually gives me exactly what I want. Or we can just do feature extrude cut for both of these two. I can do it through all. And then we can just go to fillet, and it's going to be a 0.063. Right? We can go ahead and identify those. So it's going to be this edge, that edge. Select these as well. My 4 here. Check. Perfect. I have my chassis plate done. Let's go ahead and go to File Properties. In the summary, don't forget to put your name, the author. I'm going to go to Custom. I'm going to grab its description. It's going to be a text type. It's going to be 1/8 inch thick, 61 aluminum. Click OK. And go ahead and save. We're all set. Thanks for watching.